My Roth IRA recently crossed $100,000. After years and years and years of investing, that was an incredibly exciting milestone for me. But like with everything else in life, I'm now looking forward to the next milestone. And today I'm going to break down exactly when I expect to hit $200,000 in my Roth IRA after hitting $100,000 earlier this year. Spoiler alert, based on the calculations, it might take less time than you think. I started my Roth IRA when I was 18, but after many years and many low-paying jobs and struggles with paying off my debt, I didn't actually contribute much some years. I would just throw a couple $100s at it here and there when I had the chance and had a little extra money and remembered, oh, I should be investing. But I've been maxing out my Roth IRA every single year since I paid off my debt and became debt-free in 2020. That means over the last few years, I put anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000 in a year into the account over the last couple of years. That's a pretty heavy chunk of change, and it got me to the $100,000 milestone. Inside of my Roth IRA, the majority of the money is invested in VTSAX, Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund. After years of contributions and growth, that money has grown, and on August 31st of this year, I officially hit six figures. I hit $100,000. Even now, a couple months after that, I'm already up to $107,000, and that's incredibly exciting to see the quick growth. And since it still blows my mind that I finally made it to $100,000 invested here, I wanted to run the math to see how long it will take me to double that amount if I keep doing exactly what I've been doing and just maxing out the amount every single year. Here's the wild part about investing. Once your investments hit six figures, the compounding starts to feel very different. That's why so many people say that your net worth skyrockets after you hit 100K. It's because you'll log in 1 month and you'll see that your balance is up $2,000 or $3,000, even if you only put in maybe $500 and made that contribution. So you are contributing $500, but you're seeing growth of multiple times that amount. The money that is invested starts to work really hard, even harder than what you're putting in as contributions. It's a snowball effect, and that investing snowball can be so powerful. Let's talk about how fast that snowball can actually roll from $100,000 to $200,000 invested and what that really means for my long-term wealth building and yours too. First, let's do the baseline math. I'm assuming that I will keep contributing the max contribution, currently $7,000 a year. This is something that may go up in time, but currently is $7,000. So I'm just going to keep that as the baseline and consider that I will put in $7,000 every single year and let it compound inside of VTSAX, which is what I will purchase with that $7,000. So let's just say the amount stays there at $7,000. At an average 7% annual return, this account would grow to roughly $200,000 by 2031. That's just 6 years away. 6 years of doing the exact same thing that I'm already doing and have been doing for the last 4 years. No fancy trading, no stock picking, just automatic contributions and staying the course, maxing out that $7,000 per year. And to put that into perspective, that means that my current $100,000 could earn anywhere around $60,000 to $70,000 in growth alone, plus the new $42,000 I'll contribute over those 6 years. That's crazy, right? That's how the numbers start working for you instead of against you. Your investments start to grow more than the amount you're even investing. It's super exciting, and that is the part that I have been waiting to get to. Okay, but what if the stock market doesn't have great returns? What if things are rough with this economy and the way we are headed? Yes, that's totally possible. So if we play it conservative and the market only averages, let's say 5%, I would still hit $200,000 invested around 2033. That is about 8 years out from now. So that's worst case scenario. But what if things go well? What if the market performs like it has for the last decade or so? What if we are closer to 10%? Well, then I could hit $200,000 as soon as 2029, just 4 years away. That is so soon. And that That is the power of compounding, and honestly, it's pretty exciting to be on this side of the compounding math when I spent so long on the other side where my debt was compounding against me. Now my investments are working for me and compounding in the right direction. This means in just a few years, I will be at $200,000 in my Roth IRA as it accelerates quietly in the background while I'm living life and just contributing $7,000 per year like I've already been doing over time. There isn't any magic to this, but there is a simple rule to help you understand it. And this is the rule of 72. This rule is very simple. You just divide 72 by your expected rate of return to estimate how long it will take your money to double. So if you have a 10% return, that will take about 7.2 years to double. If you have a 6% return, it will take around 12 years to double. If you have a 3% return, it will take around 24 years to double your money. This rule just gives you a rough understanding of how long it takes for your money to double, or in my case, go from $100,000 to $200,000. And of course, it's hard to know how investments will actually perform in the future, which is why this rule is more of a helpful guideline to help you understand the time it will take to double your investments. Historically, VTSAX has averaged more like 13% a year, so that means roughly a 5 to 6 year doubling period, which is pretty quick. And no, that does not mean every single year it's going to be up 13%. Some years are down, some years are up. That's how investing works. But over time, the average wins out. That's what we're looking at. And that's why staying invested matters so much more than trying to time the market. If you're constantly pulling your money out and trying to time the market and make things the best they possibly could be, you're actually more likely to miss out on when the market goes up and when things go well and you could be making the most money. So my money will stay invested because it still amazes me that I'm at this point with $100,000 in one account, because I remember the days when I was celebrating my first $10,000 invested. I felt so proud of myself then, so proud. And even that milestone took discipline, sacrifice, and a lot of patience because it took me multiple years to hit $10,000 invested in this account. But once the habit was built and I continued those Roth IRA contributions over the year, the growth did start happening, and now I'm seeing it really start to speed up. There have been times when my accounts have been down as well. Let's be honest, if you're new to investing, you will have to get used to seeing your accounts drop. Thankfully, investing for so long has shown me that while the numbers will go up and down over time, they will go up. They always tend to go up. So now when I see swings of a few $1,000s in a week, I just shrug because I know that's how compounding works, and I know that's how money will behave at this level, as is working really hard to double in the background. It's the most boring kind of excitement there is if you're investing consistently and waiting for time to do its job. I know some of you might be watching this with way more invested than me, and some of you probably haven't even started yet. Here's the truth about this. The best time to start investing was 20 years ago. It's true. Time is what you need on your side, but the second best time is today. So right now, it's never too late to get started, and you can open a Roth IRA or other investment accounts and start adding small amounts to buy investments over time. You can start that today. I have several videos that show you how to open accounts at Fidelity or Vanguard, and you can start investing right now. Over time, the money that you invest will grow and compound, and eventually it will double. That's how this works. The best investing advice that I've ever heard is investing early, investing often, and letting time and compounding do the heavy lifting. So even if you can't max out your Roth IRA right now, start with what you can. So many years, I did not even get close to maxing out this account, not even close. I simply put in as much as I could, even if that was just $50 a couple times a year. This is so important because every dollar you invest today becomes a little worker that helps keep earning money for you in the background. So if you're working toward your first $50,000 or $100,000, don't get discouraged. You're building that foundation that makes these milestones possible and makes it so that your money can grow and can double. I will link my other video in the description where I show you every single contribution I made to this account to get to the $100,000 mark. It will show you that even though without huge contributions, you can still make decent progress with investing. You can add small amounts over time, and those do add up. If this video helped you visualize your own growth or it encouraged you in any kind of way, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Pennies Not Perfection for more. I'm going to try to do more of these videos. I do also love to hear about other people's big money goals, so let me know in the comments what you're working on. I love to hear where everyone's at because this journey is proof that steady, consistent investing pays off over time, so I'd love to know where you are in the journey. And if you want to learn more about a Roth IRA, definitely check out this video next.